Well, hey everybody, this is Pop Herd. Glad you joined me. We had a request from one of the subscribers to do a detail on the P7100P pump, and so that's what we're going to do here. Lots of pictures on here, so you can freeze them and take pictures and kind of orientate yourself. Here's the front of the engine with the fan and the power steering pump. That is the lever right there. That is the feed from inside the cab, the pedal lever. The bottom linkage is right there. That goes back to the actual throttle. You can see on your right side the linkage rod, and of course that's the back of the engine compartment right there. That is a long look from front to back, so you can see how long that linkage goes from the front to the back. And another look at it. Here's the lift pump primer right here and the lift pump, so you can kind of get your orientation of where you are in the engine compartment. From underneath here, kind of looking up, underneath on the right side, you see the linkage rod. The injector pump throttle is right there. Here's the manual fuel shutoff that comes from inside the cab. And if you take a look at how I set that up from inside the cab, I just have a little plunger device. This is actually a bicycle brake system is what this is, and I just found this online pre-constructed and installed it. Pull it out and it kills the engine for you, and of course shove it back in and you're ready to start it up next time with your keys. All right, here's a look at the actual throttle itself. There's the springs that hold it back. There's the fuel filter. You kind of get an idea of that, and that's the actual lever for the throttle. Once again, you can see all the things we just mentioned, just backed off a little bit so you can take a look at it. Good spot here for you to be able to take a picture and do a screenshot of it. Here's the cable that goes from inside at the floorboard on my pedal at the foot that actuates this linkage that pulls the throttle, and the cable goes in from the pedal at the floorboard, and it actuates the linkage to the back of the P pump there. And you can see just below the image there of the cutoff switch is where it connects. And we've seen lots of pictures of the actual throttle on the back with the springs. You can see them down there next to the throttle linkage below the shutoff switch. Here's the pedal on the floorboard. We're going to look underneath the dashboard. You can't get a whole lot of good pictures in here, but there is a assembly that rises up and it hooks onto the cable. In there is the throttle position sensor that comes from this 2008. There is the actual line that goes into the firewall, and the throttle position sensor, you have to sync it with that in order for the throttle and transmission and all to work. A couple of pictures from underneath, literally underneath the truck, so you can look up, see the fuel filter where it is, and see the actual linkage rod, how it tilts back and forth as you pull on the throttle cable from inside. There's the fuel line that comes in from the sump. So, hey, listen, thanks a lot for joining us. I hope you get something out of this. You guys have a great time. This Pop. Be sure to subscribe, all right?